Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. So give me a moment as I alert everybody, letting them know I'm live. Start up this game. Alright, let's get into this stream.
Welcome back, Tyler. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. At the roundabout, take the first exit. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
It looks so much better in my head drifting that, but never mind, can't have everything in life.
In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
What's up, DK? How's your day going? I should plug up my phone charger. Pretty good. It's always good to hear. What is this car? Why they give me some old whack colors with these cars? That was not the color that they showed in the little small picture. I'm gonna have to like go through all my cars and see like, man, what colorways are they giving me? Cause this is not it. It's just way too festive. Like, what is that? Like, supposed to be like, look like the Reese's M&Ms. I'm like, fam, they should warn people if they got colors like this on a car. Conase calls you up. Oh yeah, we're gonna be sending you over a free Conase. Hey, that's sick. All right, cool. I'll be waiting for it. They pull up in this like, nah. Like, y'all gonna have to change that color. It's like, I'm only gonna be able to drive this car from like November 1st to January 31st. Not November, like day after Thanksgiving. So Black Friday from January 31st. I don't think I can buy anymore because they was like they had the $10 million house and the $50 million house.
Yards, turn right. Turn right.
Nope, I didn't want to do that. Nope. Where's that Conase at? I swear I hate when my phone send me notifications. I'm like, I'm about to just be notifications on apps. I'm like, I don't even go on that app. Why would they? It's like the cars shouldn't be on the road then. We should wait until it's like in the middle of the night when there ain't no cars there. I just don't. I'm not doing that. It's like take the cars out the road then. It's like games always be doing some old weird stuff, and it's like who signed up? Like who approved of that?
Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn right.
I'm good. I'm good. Car good too. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to figure out how to get this barn find thing. So what missions, or not missions, but probably I have to do these stories and stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I end up having to do. I think that's what I did last time, so I'm gonna have to do this. Hey, what's up, V? Like how, like, V, you came through like a 90s rapper. I don't know why, that's what I just, like, imagine. I feel like you just wearing baggy clothes, a hat that's covering a good portion of your face, and you about to drop, like, the hardest freestyle of all time. I'm saying, if you want to promote your mixtape, I give you permission to.
In 400 yards, turn right.
So I think I've heard at least, like, 15 different rap songs that start like that. Check out my mixtape. So Spotify, YouTube Music. It's like, I like how that's like the go-to platforms to listen to music, but you say it's not on those platforms. Nah. It's like it's on the old hard drive. You're gonna have to get you an iPod Nano. They're like, why I gotta get an iPod? It's like that's the only way that the music is gonna be able to get downloaded. I remember the iPod minis. Them old fat iPods. I was like, those iPods, why is... I just don't get, like, how technology and stuff is made. Like, there's, like, big and bulky, now let's make everything small where you can't find it. Nah, bruh. Give me the brick iPhone. Or an iPod Touch, whatever it is. Give me the brick one. I want the one that I can see. The one that's gonna, you know, can withstand a tornado. I don't want the one that's gonna crack if you just swipe your finger across it. I swear, phones and like technology is just gonna get more and more fragile. They're gonna Apple's gonna be like, so we're coming out with the iPhone 20, but you can't breathe on it, you can't talk to it, you can't text. Siri is going to be an added feature. Like, well, what can we do if we can't, like, we can't do the go-to things? So, okay, yeah, pretty much. Like, that's what the type of phone that I want. I want the phone that's, like, I can throw that at somebody, and they're gonna get sent to the hospital. Now, if we're gonna talk on a brick phone, that was a brick phone.
This is shaping up nicely. Time for a change of pace, though. At least at first.
So be like, all right, appreciate the alert. Appreciate the alert.
And we'll be starting out with the Type 3.
But yeah, them phones, I'm telling you, them phones, they was like... I'm trying to think. What was my first phone? I still remember my first phone. It wasn't a Nokia. It was a Virgin Mobile flip phone. I think I got it at Best Buy.
The British sports utility.
I think I don't know if I still have it. If I have it, it's somewhere in my closet. I might have threw it away, but
solid, tough trucks, unstoppable over almost any terrain.
In 400 yards, turn left.
But
the Land Rover Type 3
having to get minutes for the phone, I did not like that.
And we'll be looking at what that meant.
Like having to come back home from school and tell your parent, like, so I ran out of minutes. Friend was showing me a game, didn't realize that the game was gonna take more than 20, so it's like, why did they just think that like a kid gonna be on the phone for like 20 minutes? It's like it's not possible. Especially if you're getting older. Like, I feel like kids mainly start getting phones when they're like in middle school or high school maybe. So it's like, fam, you know they're gonna be on their phone the majority of the time. Like, why would you put a card out there for 20 minutes? Should be like 24 hours.
Series 3s were built, and over 70% of those are still on the road today. They were extensively exported and built under license abroad. Belgium, South Africa, even Australia and New Zealand. With a robust chassis,
I didn't even like realize what she was talking about. I'm like, that would do some stuff like that in real life too. Somebody would be saying something. I'm like, I did not hear one word you said. Like, I was in my own little world. For adults who barely use their phone. That would probably be about it. But I feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like an adult would just overall go to, you know, like AT&T, Verizon, and just get a phone there. Because they be doing like them like older people plans where it's like, okay, yeah, you just get unlimited text and talk. And, you know, all that other stuff for a low price. I feel like the Virgin mobile phones, though, was like for, you know, kids and stuff. I don't know, maybe adults were using it. It was either adults or like people that worked in the mob. It'd be a phone, they just, you know, buy a 20-minute card, call somebody, be like, the job is done, then they take it and throw it in the trash can somewhere. No, the only two people that was buying Virgin were them prepaid phones. Teenagers and the Mafia. It's like I watch my movies,
Series
so
3 was custom built for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It only had
it's my sourdough did react. That's good. That's good.
1,892 miles on the clock.
Or is that bad?
and it was auctioned
What's up,
in
Illy?
private hands.
I don't know how that
And it
stuff
was in
works, so.
perfect condition. It would be. After all, she trained as a mechanic in the 1940s and will likely remain.
Which means. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good then. That's
Only
good.
Royal able to strip and rebuild an engine.
In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
That was the mission? Just drive? I'm like, fam, you couldn't do this yourself?
Along
She's
with the
definitely
Range
one of those
Rover,
friends that ain't
others
got
would
their
follow.
license. I feel her pain,
Discovery,
though.
Defender, and the Freelander.
Fingers
Each
crossed.
a more sophisticated and enjoyable utility vehicle.
Anything could happen.
But none
Yeah.
of them were a
Hopefully it
replacement
turns
for
out
Type
good.
3.
Why we
They were
playing some
different
old
type
classic
car.
music? I'm like, fam, it is not no Beethoven card. Like, what's this?
The Type 3 was arguably the first sports utility vehicle, an evolution of the design that would
Don't I
lead
have this car?
ultimately
I have
to
some
this.
bowler car.
The Bowler Nemesis, an off-road racing vehicle that turned into a production SUV, the Nemesis EXR. It sports a turbocharged 5-litre Land Rover Jaguar engine, crammed into a carbon fiber chassis.
5. So far, I like it. Yeah, it's cool. Like, then I just feel like when you beat the game, there ain't really a whole lot to do in it. That's why I went back and played 4, because I was just like, there's more things to do, since I ain't really play it that much. I think I beat all the, like, the races, but I didn't do the stories in this game. Oh, is this ice? This is ice.
If you want to
Pro Baker. Yeah, but I feel like this is like the start of it all. Like, Keanu Reeves said the same thing in the beginning of The Matrix. He's not the chosen one. Now look at him.
Beautiful.
Do these missions where the car goes off the road, you fail automatically. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I think that's just stupid. It's like, fam, like, it can't help it if I'm doing 200 miles per hour down the road, then you're expecting me to, like, slow down in time. People's reaction speed is not that fast. There's just a lot of things that they did with Forza. I'm like, hey, yo, you guys, let Sony, you let Sony do something with the game. I feel like Sony would do something good with the game, because Microsoft ain't doing it. That and putting signs on top of buildings. It's like, bruh. Like, make it make sense. Bound to go off road. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I knew that was gonna happen. But yeah, I'm like, they messed up with that.
This is an all-terrain supercar. That's the only fair description for this. But that's what you get when you build an
Hang on, we're
SUV
gonna
with
get
Land Rover
1 star from
DNA.
that. I don't care as long as I got a star. I don't care how many stars I get, as long as I get one and complete the mission. Contracts and Watchdog. Yeah, it's like at times they just do stuff in games. I'm like, does that make sense to you? I don't know how many chapters I'm on this. I'm like, at least with Forza Horizon 5, they told you how many chapters that you're on.
Hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. It's great to be able to just focus on telling the story while someone else handles the driving for once.
GTA New People 1.
Let's get to the next one. This
Forever
time,
Mission. Yeah.
it's Lotus.
Which If you damage it. Yeah, that's like stuff like that where it's like, okay, well, what do you expect? The car gonna get damaged. When you put me in an environment where I'm surrounded by stuff, car's gonna get damaged, especially if I'm driving fast. Then they be all like, oh, you gotta do it in a certain amount of time. Like, nah, I'm gonna take my time about it. Because it's either, okay, I don't take my time, I'm speeding all up and down the streets, I'm gonna crash.
From 1962, they began to actually.
I think that's what I am going to do today. I'm going to go up to GameStop. Hopefully they have it, God of War. If not, I'll just find something else. But I might end up playing that game. I don't know how long it'll take to download, but... Why? Need it in a minute. If it was unlimited time, I could deliver a note. Exactly. I don't know how many times. There's so many different games I play where they've done stuff like that, and it's like they're doing it now. They're like, I gotta get there in the target speed. And I'm like, I'm gonna get there when I get there.
Famously said.
Just pray. I swear, man. If they tell me some crap like that, I'm like, you know what? Nah. I think it's best if I just, you know, part ways from you guys.
Turn right.
If not, there's a Target up there too, so... Target, like I said, Target got it all. Target got, like, my merch in there, and I'm like, bruh, like, my merch, how do you guys have my merch? They're like, we have it all. I'm like, I know, but I don't get how my merch ended up in here. I swear, Target is like the Illuminati. They're, you know, there's something ain't right with them, but at the same time, they are right. It's the right place to go to. Exactly. Get a certain amount of points first. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta like buy like the card. Then they're like, oh, if you buy the card, then you get $5 off. I'm like, no, I don't want to get no card. What's up, Dark Shadow? Appreciate the host.
Which brings us to this.
But yeah, then people always be trying to like push off something, and then I'm like, no.
Than the Elan, admittedly, but it's faster, much faster.
It's like, you guys wonder why y'all ain't getting any business, because you always trying to push off a card on people.
Responds with instant, relentless acceleration, as you'd expect. With a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 170 before up.
Them gaming forum books will be fine. I don't know, because my uncle, he would get them, so I'd just go to his place and just read those magazines. Plus, the internet exists, so that's why I was like, I was already into the internet, so if I really wanted to watch a video on a game or something, I'd just go and look on YouTube, or just read it online.
And there's no power steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
In 400 yards, turn left.
But the magazines they used to hit when I was younger, the PlayStation magazine that came with the demo disc with all the video games, and the tips and tricks. That magazine had all like the cheat codes and stuff. Them magazines used to slap back in the day. Those are the magazines that I was getting. That and the WWE magazines. Like a game, seemed like a new one. Yeah. Remember I went in to sell a game and they were like, I have no power up points, pro. It's like, yeah, here. And they're like, oh, you don't have the magazine, you want to subscribe? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I signed up to them with email for free, so I don't need the paper form. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be like trying to push off that stuff. And I'm like, maybe you guys shouldn't order that stuff and you won't have to push it off on the customers. Like, y'all ever thought about that? Like, I'm not going to order something and then get all backed up on it. It's like, okay, first month going through it and nobody wants it. I'm like, all right, then I'm not ordering that stuff no more.
In 400
Chico books, most good ones I would get from friends. Yeah, I was always, because they had like these puzzles, and so I was like, they always had these puzzles. It got to a point where I didn't even care for the cheat codes no more. I was just getting those magazines for the puzzles.
And with rumored launches of 2 new cars in 2020,
I know Brock, he's been killing it. I feel like people are like slowly liking him and stuff, because before they was all like, nah, Brock Lesnar needs to go. funny how it's like two of the biggest like names, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is the babyface, they hated it. Brock Lesnar was the heel, they hated it. Now they switched it around. It's like, okay, this is accepting. I like this. Went in looking for one pot figure, dude. So I'm gonna hook you up. Brown potless figurines. He sell online in store. Recent store. It was 9 pages. I was like, bro, that is too much. He's a face. Yeah, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, he's like he's he's loved by the fans now. Before though, it was all like, bro, is this my car? Or is this?
That's a joke. We've all seen what you've been up to. We're doing the next bit on location. You'll see why when you get there.
This is my car, right? Yeah, this is my car. Okay. Yeah, because I was like the Verizon license plate. He's probably going away after WrestleMania, so you might as well enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? That's crazy. If you guys didn't hear that this morning, they was all like WWE had, they quote unquote quietly let go of Shane McMahon. I'm like, I don't know how you quietly let go of Vince McMahon's son, but still had 2 months until May. Yeah, that's true. You ain't get the job at GameStop because I don't keep up with it. And the guy was telling me during the interview, trying to build an anime audience. It's like, bro, you can't push that off on people. I know the GameStops out here, they seem like at one point they were just hiring anybody. I think the only employees, there was like the one girl in Seattle that was cool, and then there was my friend that I went to high school with. Those are like the only, like, there's a few other people in the mix of it all, like the honorable mentions and stuff, but other than that, I was like, yeah, always, anytime they was, them two was in there, I was like the girl in Seattle and then my friend that I went to school with, I was like, alright. I know it's gonna be a good interaction. They ain't gonna be hassling me with cards and stuff. Same people, they could have hired me. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they're all like, they okay with who they got, but still. I remember the one guy. I remember there was a time where my change was like $5, I think. And he gave me $50 back. And I'm like, looking like, bruh, the game wasn't even that much. And I didn't even give you that much change. I think the game was like 35. And so I gave him 2 20s. And of course, it's you know, simple math. You subtract 35 from 40, you're going to get 5. That man said he saw 50 and he was handing me a $50 bill. I'm like, bro, that's too much.
This was a car design.
Yeah, a friend worked there. He gets no. That's crazy. Playing card. All right, Dark Shadow. But yeah, when that guy did that, I was all like, bro, why is you? I'm looking, and then the manager was all like, no, it's 5. I'm like, I didn't even give you that much money in the like. I'm like, why would you think that that'd be that much? Don't understand money. No, that he wasn't a kid. That was a full-grown adult. He was older than me. Like at the I was a kid. I think I was. When did that happen? I think I was like maybe 17 or 18 at the time. They were stingy with their hours. Yeah, GameStop seems like one of those places you don't be getting a whole lot of hours, especially if a lot of people ain't working there too. 50 but yes. Because I remember I was going in there and getting Destiny. Destiny was on sale for like $30-something, so I went in there and bought it. It was $35. I think it was like $29.99 or something, so it was like tax, and it was like $35 around that price. $5 back, that's it. I knew it. And that dude was really trying. I was just like, hey, this is too much. And the manager was walking over and stuff. He was just like, yeah, bro, it's 5, not 50. And I guess they say he got, I think they was like, that guy, he got fired from GameStops too. I remember I went in there one time. I was like, hey, where's the one dude at? And I think they was like, oh, he's gone. I was like, that dude got fired. That's what his situation is.
The RS 1800 brought home 17
Same people.
World Rally
You're saying have a lot of
Championship
people.
victories for Ford.
Few people get all the hours. Yeah. Yeah, and they find like their
So,
go-to
of
people
course,
that, you know,
Ford set
they're
out
all
to
like
design
everybody
the
else. They just gonna be
The RS200
swept under the rug and
Evolution
ain't
was
gonna
their
be like
answer. A
everybody get
purpose-built
the same amount
one
of hours.
designed
Especially
to
if
do one
GameStops is
thing,
struggling on top of
win
that.
Group
Yeah.
B. With a 1.8 turbocharged Ford Cosworth BDT engine and all-wheel drive, the RS200 had perhaps the best suspension platform of any car of its era.
You got fired for not knowing how to count. Tough scene. The guy that, yeah. Well, it might have been some. That guy just came off as somebody that didn't really care about the job and stuff, so. Late days or over the weekends, yeah. Yeah, so there's like the go-to employees just need a vacation or some rest. My mom gave an example of a person bought something for $21.75, paid with 25, change would be $3.25. He's saying 22, or it's not 25. Dang. Yeah, some people, yeah, it's just, you know, they struggle with who was it? They just Rick Ross. He just recently came out and said he struggles with math. Some people just don't. Math isn't, you know, their go-to subject. They struggle with that stuff.
The end of Group B in the mid-80s meant the end of the RS200 as a rallying car. Fortunately, Ford built over 200 as part of the homologation requirements for Group B. So
Yeah, maybe.
If you're
Or maybe it was like one of those like TV shows, What Would You Do? And there's like, that was the thing, like, oh, what would you do if somebody gives you $50? I'm like, well, fam, I'm a good person. I ain't gonna take it, especially if I'm right there in the store and stuff. My thing is like, okay, I get to the door and they're like, hey, wait a minute, I give you $50. And that's like going like, what do I do? Like, do I take off running? Do I, like, nah. I corrected that right then and there. What's up, Brad? Because a lot of GameStop workers, I hate this job. Not all of them. There are some of them guys. Not that one, the fat dude with the ponytail. That fat dude with the ponytail. He thought he was like the Gordon Ramsay of video games. That guy took his job way too seriously.
You know, I really like this car. Not that I'd want to drive it for too long. Squeeze yourself in there and let's see just how fast.
Like,
you
that
can
guy,
make it
he
go.
was definitely
Which
like.
won't be too fast, but hey, I could be surprised.
Buys a PS2, make it. He buys a PS2 to make it 4K. He's a nerd. Bruh, what is that? I don't even know what you're saying, bruh. It's a few cool ones. Most either take GameStop too seriously or don't care. Yeah.
The Peel P50 has the dubious honor of being the smallest production car in the world. A one-door microcar coupe.
This car can go up to 35 miles per hour. I didn't even think it could go past 20.
Capable of a heinous.
Just make a PS2 4K. Yeah, if you rewired some of the stuff within it, I'd imagine that it's possible to do that.
Pick it up and carry it with you when you get to work. And keep in mind that this is the production version. The prototype had the single wheel at the
1080p,
front.
yeah.
Why would you think that was a good idea? In 2010, though, production restarted at Sutton and Ashfield. So,
This car
if
reached
you'd like
43
to own
miles
the
per
modern
hour.
incarnation of this, I suppose
And
you
I got
can.
3 stars. That is crazy. It's like, all you just gotta do is drive straight and don't turn. Like, Take it too seriously and 50% don't care. 5% actually, yeah. Yeah, there's like that, cause yeah, that guy, he, like, all like butt hurt and upset over the fact I didn't want to take that card, and it's like, bro, cause I ain't come up here for no card. I came up here for a video game.
Hey there.
It's like, that kid is on crack and wears black Air Forces if he comes all the way up to GameStops to get a card.
Sections about what happened when McLaren decided to make a road car. You're going to enjoy this. The track and the road have very different requirements. For McLaren, that was a challenge they were more than willing to embrace. In 1988, they set out to create
Forza 4, that too serious one guy. I get 4 and not 5, and 5 is the newest one. It's like, because I came up here for 4. It's like, bruh, I know my numbers. I know what game I want. I want Forza Horizon 4. If I made a mistake, guess what? I'll come back up here and get 5.
achieved their goal, and the honestly fantastic F1 was the result. 106 would be.
And that guy did that too. That fat guy with the ponytail, he did that to this old man. Old man came in there asking for one of the Resident Evil games, and he said the same exact thing. He was just like, well, he was like, Resident, I think it was, I can't remember which Resident Evil it was, but he was all like, he was just like, nah, you don't want that one. You want to get this Resident Evil. It might be older, but it's a lot better. That old dude just walked off, and I was just like, right, thank you, old man. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I remembered you. I shook your hand next time I seen you. I'm like, but thank you.
The F1's monocoque chassis is incredibly lightweight. Only 100 kilos.
The graphics. I'm like, bro, who cares? That type of stuff where I'm like, I ain't got the time or patience. I'm like, I just walked out. I'm like, all right, well.
Insulators. So, McLaren lined the entire engine compartment with gold.
There was no, I remember there was the one girl at GameStop's, and not the one that's closer to me, but it's like this one like far out, like in the South Center area in Washington. And I remember I was going in there to get, what game was I going to get? I was going in there to get some game, and she was just like, hey, I think this is a free game on PlayStation. And she was like, yeah, I think it's like the free game of the month or something like that. I'm like, she saved me money. I'm like, no, now her, she's without doubt the most goated GameStop's worker.
So, with something like the F1 to live up to, where do you go next?
Which game I want? Exactly. It's like, yeah, it's like I ain't come all the way up here to get 5. I came all the way up here to get 4. If I wanted 5, I would have said 5. I want 4. That's why I'm like, nah, that's why it's times like that. I'm like, I lose my patience. I'm like, I'm just going to go home and just buy it digitally. I ain't got time to be dealing with people like this.
GTR will hit 60 miles an hour in 2.
Worked at GameStop. She got abused on the daily by customers who knew everything that GameStop's closed. She runs her own store, and she can say, get out. That's good. That is good. It's pushing the newest game just because. Yeah, she wasn't even doing that. I was like, I wanted to buy something, but I had only came up there with that, to get that game. And so I think I was like, I was walking around, and then I went in there. I was just like, hey, do you guys have this game? And then that's when she told me. It was like, oh, it's a free game. She showed me and everything, and I was like, wow, like, dang, I'm like, can I buy, like, I'm like, is there a shirt that I can buy or another video game? I'm like, dang, there ain't nothing out. All right. Just for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Somebody like that, that's somebody that, you know, they need, like, one of those, like, those medals, like, from the president or something. Somebody that holds a game for you until you get there, yeah.
Remember those problems with turbo lag? McLaren solved that with the hybrid drive. While the turbos build pressure, the electric motor drives the wheels. No turbo
Free Mario
lag,
Kart Wii.
just torque. And
dang, yeah,
hybrid,
she
all-electric
cool people.
Running on batteries alone,
As a teen, I had one rough moment when I buy a game for the first time. This dude was like, what console does your brother have? Wow, that's messed up. It's like acting like girls don't play video games. It's like, bro, girls play video games and they're good at it. It's like, people need to accept that. She also gave 3 weeks. That sure is. Yeah. Somebody like her, I'm like, nah. You gotta invite her to, like, the family get-togethers and stuff. How many missions is this thing? Dang. 6, hey, I feel like I must have just started it. I was like, bro, why are you doing so many chapters? I'll do another one. It's 2 serious ones a lot of times for their hardcore gamers. And they don't even be good. That's the thing about it. They'll be hardcore gamers, but they're not good at the game. I have family, so I get cheesecake or other foods in return. Yeah, I'm like, you gotta do something. It's like PS3. Does that matter? He was like, oh, PS3 here. Alright, but I have an Xbox. He's like, yeah, they are both. PS3 can't play Xbox games. I was like, well, no, duh, sir. I did not know that. Can it play a Game Boy game? Can I put a Game Boy Advance game in it? I'm like, man, get out of my face. Like, you ain't telling nobody nothing. So this dude made me mad. He talked my mom out of buying me Xbox. Oh, it's those ones that just over talk. I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I think I remember one time the guy was like trying to do that with my dad. It was just like, oh yeah, the game's rated M for mature. Me got like blood, guts, gory, and all that and other stuff. My dad looked at me. I'm like, fam, I don't care. Like, that's why you think if the game was going to really bother me that much, like, why would I be up here? Like, come on now. It's like, I ain't come all the way this far just to be like, oh, nah, like, I don't, like, man, get out of here. Just pretty much trade. Yeah, that's good though, Brett. Sam, I'm a gamer, but playing Xbox Live kind of sucks right now because of hackers and kids. She goes, okay, you're not buying Live, right? Wow. Yeah, that guy, I'm like, that's you just gotta look at him and just be like, don't let me catch you outside by yourself. Yeah.
And around when it is safe to do
That
so.
man, it was like, you gonna get the coldest drop kick of all time. Can I get this sign? Or is the sign gonna be on sideways, sitting on the building?
Recalculating route.
I ain't fooling with that sign. I just stood there and looked at him like, bruh, the other cashier came over and he was like, anything I can do to help you guys? Been in this section for a while. I'm looking for this game. He grabbed it, brought it to the counter. It's like, this game's rated M. It has blood and gore. Say, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't faze me. Buy it and left. Yeah, seeing that's like them employees. He probably overheard and was just all like, this guy does not know what he's doing.
Turn right.
It's stuff like that where, what? What is this? Bro, I don't want to do this. No, let me. I'm driving out. I ain't doing this. I don't know what that is, but. God, what is. I got some wheel spins. I was about to say, man, it's like, yeah, give me the money. Whole car. Whole car. They just passed by. exactly, especially back then, but talk comparing out getting Xbox Live. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bruh, it's like there is no hackers that exist on the game. It's like, what are you even talking about? Some stuff like that, I've been in the store arguing. I've been like, what are you talking about? There is no hackers in Xbox. Why are they just hacking Xbox Live? Like, no, there's people out there that was hacking it and was like shutting it down, but it's not gonna affect the gamer. I'm like, what are you talking about? You must got me confused or got it confused with PlayStation. Now, PlayStation will get hacked.
Get to round 3.
I wish they wouldn't have like some event they'll just pop up and things. I'm like, bruh, let me choose whether or not I want to do that event. What did I do? Boy who goes. Say this, I want it. If an employee said that to me, I'm like, I did not come all this way to have it where I don't get the game that I want. I'm like, that's not happening. That is not happening. If an employee told me that, I'm like, man, stop playing and sell me the game. I don't know, maybe because I know people always say, like, I have, like, a angry look on my face. So maybe that's why, like, employee has never said that to me. But, yeah, some stuff like that, I'm like, nah, bruh. Streaming, he wants me. No, so I could pop in. Yeah, that's good that you doing that.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, I've been like, all right, man. It's like I'm a low patience person. Like I'm saying, just give me my game. It's like I'm not playing around. Stuff like that. I'm like, don't play with me. Just give me my game.
In 400 yards, turn sharp right. Turn sharp right. In 200 yards, turn sharp.
We ruin the game experience that much, so they don't play. That's what I'm like, and if that's the case where it's like he's doing it because you're a kid and he's like, oh, I don't want. I'm like, when are we ever gonna play against each other? Like, answer that question. When are we ever going to play against each other? Never. So I'm like, let me get my Xbox Live, man. Stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, sometimes those guys, I'm like, y'all don't need to be working here if that's how you gonna act.
Very nice, am I right? Hans has got a consultancy out here testing cars.
I gotta buy
He's a
something?
brilliant engineer, but not much of a driver. So he's looking for a business partner. Want to join the insurance business? Welcome to the insurance business, eh? You're going to
I gotta pay
love this.
$100,000 just to drive around. That is crazy.
So, you are the one Joel has sent to help me, yes? My name is Hans Liebold. For 30 years, I designed and built performance vehicles in Germany, but I have come to the festival to pursue a more exciting vocation, insurance. That was a joke. I'm trying to put you at your ease. It seems I have failed. No matter. Let us begin. Now, the claimant in our first case poses an interesting question around acceleration and downforce. Now, if you would
I bought
kindly
this, I'm
take
keeping
this
it, and
Volkswagen
sells it
Type
to
2
another
and
customer.
attempt to make it take off.
So he buys something, then I don't get that.
I assure you this
I'm just
is
glad I,
theoretically
don't be really,
possible.
like, I just deal with the card stuff,
I have
but
set your navigation.
all that other extra stuff, I'm like, nah. Ain't here for that. Just here to get a game, that's it.
It appears I have forgotten to close the roads to traffic. But
Yeah, I talked about got screamed at for like 15-20 minutes because that Xbox 360 was $30 less on the website. He still bought it. Like, oh yeah, you always deal with customers like that. I dealt with customers like that at my old job. I worked at this cafe and people was constantly, they'll be like, well, I feel like that's expensive. Like, well, look at all the food that you just ordered. Like, of course it's gonna be expensive. Don't order a lot. But I never had it where nobody stood there. The one guy thought he was going to do that. I just looked at the next customer and was just like, hey, how's your day going? Like, because I know this man ain't yelling at me. I'm like, sir, I suggest you better walk off. They only do that to, like, the people that's, like, they look like the type that'll take a yelling. And I'm like, they ain't gonna do that to no dude they look like. Like, let them do that to somebody that look like Mark Henry. I got so many GameStop stories because as a kid I used to go so much. And again, I never saw that guy again. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we all got some GameStop stories. I was buying the game. He interrupted me. Never got it. Yeah. I remember the one dude, he tried to trade in an iPhone 5C, them plastic iPhones they came out with a while ago to get a PlayStation 4. That's when the PlayStation 4s is just coming out, and I remember he did that. I'm like, and the GameStop's employee was trying to explain it to him, and so I had to explain it to the guy. I was like, dude, the iPhone is less than the PlayStation. Them iPhones is only like $99 dollars and crap. The only reason why you keep paying like $100 and something a month is because of the bill and the accessories you get with it, like the insurance and crap. And he's looking at me, he's shaking his head, and he's like, I guess that makes sense. Like, bruh, you came up here you can't, that ain't possible. Even if you get one of the other iPhones, it's still not possible. iPhones didn't even, like, now they cost like $1,000 and crap, but back then they wasn't. We get achievements for, oh, say less.
And around when it is safe to do so.
I've argued, helped out people, shared laughs. What other things have I done in GameStops? I think I've done everything besides cry.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I remember I could not drive in this car, and like all of a sudden now I can drive in it. That's a player. I was like, what is that car doing?
In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Hello, my name is Robert. Don't need to tell me your name, Joel's done plenty of that. I've gathered a group of like-minded drivers together here at the festival, and I hoped you might help us attract more. We're called Drift Club, you see. We like to... well, you can probably guess. Some like the rush, but I'm rather partial to the engineering, I must say. Why don't you take my old Nissan 240 out and see which you enjoy better?
In game. Dang. Yeah, and people, they'll go into GameStops and they get in there and start acting like mad crazy and stuff. You would think, like, because I try to eliminate that, like, if I'm going out in public, like, alright, you know, don't do nothing wild, don't do nothing crazy. People, you know, start acting wild and crazy with you, like, understand they simple-minded, so.
Very good technically, but now when I see some
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I think the one and only time when I was gonna, like, get mad or something in GameStops was the dude with the, that wasn't trying to, he thought I really was gonna come up there and just get, a power-up card instead of Saints Row the Third when it was coming out for the first time. It's like, I've saved up all this money, came up here to get a game, and you think I'm gonna really leave here with a card? And then come back up here months later to get Saints Row the Third, and you guys don't have it. I ain't doing that.
Fabulous. Drift clubbers, take note. There's more where this came from.
It's like, that's not happening, homie. I'm the guy who was staring at me in line with games, and my brother was still looking for a game for himself. Guy came up next to Cash and Losers, looked over, and he was like, what? Didn't say anything, and he was like, you've ruined gaming, just standing there with my games and shirt, texting on Snap. Apparently he's coming to reach for the games, and the other cashier called me over saying, can I help you next line? That's crazy. That is crazy. It's like, to somebody be that bold, I'm like, you, what like drugs do you do? Crack, meth? Like, do you blend it? Like, you get a blender and just blend that stuff together? Like, sir, what's wrong with you? I hate, like, how when stuff like that happens, like, I'm not there. Because I know I would have said something. Getting the game stops. Yeah. People say stuff like that, and it's like, look, bruh. And she's still, like, in-game and in real life. She would stomp you out, like... So, don't even try it, homie.
You see, forget all my explanations of drifting, just watch this.
Now that I did what I need to do, I'm just gonna drive. But, yeah, it's like, people like that. He was older than me, behaving like that. Yeah, because it's drugs. That's why. He's old enough to do drugs. I'm saying, like, nobody should do drugs, but he did not watch the commercials when he was younger. Why am I being timed? Can I just... This is stupid. I hate, like, when they do time stuff. No, don't time me on that. Just let me drift. I'm not doing that. They time me on some other stuff again. I'm playing something else. 40 or something. Yeah, that's crazy. But it's like, like I said, he does drugs. That's his issue. It's like, you go into GameStops and start yelling at somebody for playing video games. It's like, you're on drugs.
In 400 yards, turn sharp right.
Got sad when the guy said, don't get that game, it's bad. It was like, stupor. Oh, wow. Yeah, stuff like that. Now that, I think that's when I've been like, hey, you know what? I really don't care about where I'm at. Still got it. Yeah, I definitely would have approached that man and been like, you want to say that a little bit louder? Like, I'm, you know, like, I know I wear glasses, but I think I might need a hearing aid, too. Did I just hear you correctly?
200 yards, Turn right. Turn right.
So yeah, that story would have ended. Local YouTuber brutally beats a man. I'm like, fam. Didn't say anything. I would have said something. It's stuff like that where it's like, nah, people get out in public and then they think they can act any old type of way, and I'm like, nah,
You have arrived at your destination.
I ain't having that.
Alex wants to set up shop here
It's
doing
like
custom upgrades. He's calling
Okay,
it
I would have kicked him in his
Upgrade
leg.
Heroes,
I'm like,
and he needs a business partner who can
if I
really
can't say nothing,
drive,
I'm gonna
but
kick him. What, you gonna
can't
do
tell you
something?
much.
It's like, cause most likely I'm gonna be with my most likely I like gonna be with my mom or dad
Alex,
at
look.
GameStops.
He's been waiting
So
to
I
get
highly
you
doubt he
into
would have
this.
said that in front of them.
Hey,
So if
great
I
to
wouldn't have
see you.
said nothing, definitely my parents would have
I've got a
said
bit of a
something.
business idea here. There's loads of cars around here that have real potential. I call them upgrade heroes. You go get the car, we do the magic, then show everyone what an upgrade
Yeah,
hero
other
can
stuff. I told my
Sounds good.
mom.
do. Good. Oh, and you get to drive the courtesy car.
Told my mom, pointed that man out, and just like, that's the man that called me that word.
Ready for this? We're going to teach the whole of Horizon that with a wee bit.
Just
of
gonna say this right now,
any car
Brad.
can be a hero. Let's get
Black
to
moms don't play.
In 400 yards.
Black moms, black dads, they will approach you over some stuff like that.
Turn left. In 200 yards. Turn right. Turn right. In 200.
It's not, oh, well, then dang.
Turn right.
Well, I feel like white moms, they put up fights too. Nah, I ain't gonna sleep on white moms.
Right, here's where we're supposed to make
My
our
mom
very
would've.
first pickup.
Physical assault
Are you
charges.
nervous?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like, they're either gonna talk your ear off, or they're one of those like white moms that know UFC. They know like mixed martial arts.
European styling. Best of both worlds.
Like, they look like just, you know, you're like, they're a bomb and like they're an MMA fighter but in camouflage. They just, you know, they're looking like a mom, but like underneath they're like 7-0 in UFC and is like the women's champion. Like,
Bring it back, but try not to
see,
smash
here they
it
go
up.
with this damage
Remember,
stuff.
it's not
I'm
yours.
playing something else after this. They just got way too many expectations just with driving around. That. But she broke my dad's nose once. Dang.
Turn left.
And she's probably all like, I didn't even, just with this. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's probably all like, I didn't even hit him that hard.
Yards. Turn left.
Open hand slap and broke that man's nose. Yeah. And now you got some random stranger, calling her kid a name?
Turn right.
The R word? Yeah.
Turn right.
It's probably good that you didn't tell, because I'm like, that man, you honestly, at the end of the day, protected that man. She probably still, if she did know, she probably had been like, I was just only playing. Wasn't like I hit him that hard.
Excellent. I'll get the team to work. It's ready. You ready? Oh, I'm ready. Ta-da! What do you think? We've gone lower, wider, faster. Twin turbo inline 6 under the hood producing 337
Actually, I'm gonna see if they got like God of War. If they got it on sale. I'm gonna see how much it costs on PlayStation. And I'm gonna see how much it costs at GameStops. But I do want to go outside.
How about you take it into Edinburgh? And feel free to, you know, open it up on the way. Listen to that. Never heard a Datsun sound.
She could slap hard. It's open hand, never gotten the backhand. The backhand is like the,
Like that, have you?
that's like second to her punch probably. The backhand is one of those like, I feel like your mom would backhand somebody and then they'll like flip like a Power Rangers like actor. Like, them people that fell across some table. Man fell across some table. They looking around like, what just happened? She broke mine. Yeah, she was all like, man's nose is twisted, blood's coming out of it. She's like, no, his nose is not broken. At the hospital, it's like, man, the bone's been broken in 3 different places on his nose. He's gonna need surgery. It's not broken. My dad's 5'9". It's like 200 and she still went. Dang. Yeah, I'm saying, like, if your mom hasn't told you about her personal life, I'm just gonna say this. If your mom leaves in the middle of the night and she's like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with the girls, no. Yeah, I mean, she is, but it's like some underground, like, mixed martial arts club, a fight club, and she's undefeated.
Fantastic. Did you have fun?
I'm just saying.
Well, if it got your
It's gonna all start making sense at some point in time. You're gonna be like, why is she leaving at midnight? Like, why is... It's like, who plays bowling? Who hangs out at midnight? And she's all like, oh yeah. And then if you guys notice, like, if you got... Like, she doesn't go out, really. She probably the reason why is because she injured somebody badly and they were gonna press charges, so now she's just hiding. That also takes on moms with no friends, doesn't have girl nights or friend nights. Honestly, there's probably a lot of moms out there like that. My mom's kind of like that. She just be at the house just chilling and stuff. I don't think it's an issue with that. See if there's somebody online that I can raid. Actually, you know what? No, I don't feel like ending the stream just yet. No, I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna play something else, but I'm gonna play a little bit more. Which game can I play? Probably didn't think I'm gonna play some single player on Grand Theft Auto. My mom and dad are awkward places right now. They fight. She goes out on Fridays to the club. To Fight Club. Like, auto correction. Fight Club. There's clubs and then there's Fight Club. And that was like, when did they say in that movie, the first rule about Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. So obviously she's not going to talk about it with you guys. It's like, she can't. That's the first rule. Like, there's probably, you guys probably got like a gang of ice like in the house, and they're like, why do we have so much ice? That's to ice her hands after she got done beating somebody down to the ground. But yeah, I could tell, like, yeah, Brad, your mom, she's a striker. She ain't one of those, like, submission, like, specialist people. She just strikes. She got hands of steel. It's like, there's the man with the iron fist, then there's Brad Scientist One's mom with just fist. Like, that's the, like, Marvel, like, character that, like, almost made it, but due to her differences with, like, Captain America and everybody else, that she was, like, you know, had to overall stop. Some guides and never, yeah, cause like she had to register herself as a weapon. I know, like, now that's actually some real stuff. There's like, when you get to like a certain belt in like mixed martial arts, you have to register yourself as a weapon. It was a friend of mine's that he did I think it was Muay Thai. And he got to a certain belt, and he was all like, oh, yeah, there's, like, gotta register as a weapon at some point in time. feel like Trevor gonna be doing some weird stuff. He just casually, all right, I am gonna question it. Only there's so surprising the stories I got. Now I feel like everybody just be having like an interesting life. Cargo Bob. Where is this? I wonder if these are missions. Strangers and freaks. Okay, I'm gonna just see what this does. Like, not 18, so you'll get banned, because I'm pretty sure. It's 18 plus. My stream? I don't think I have no thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying if somebody's like in my stream, they're all like, oh, they looking for something to like ban or do, and I'm like, yeah, that's just people just being weird, but better safe than sorry. That's true. That's true. Why is these cars going so slow? Okay, so it'll shut down soon, bet, after this stocks thing. I thought they were, like, before, but then them stocks had went crazy. So I was like, I think that was, like, you know, like, whoever is in charge of, like, for GameStop's, like, that's a sign, guys. Like, y'all are still in the game, like, but make something of it. Do something. You know, have it where it's, like, people are, like, acting like how it was when this game had got released for the first time. Or when 4 was released. I remember back when like games used to come out, people would be all lined up in front of GameStops. I mean, digital games was a thing back then, and I know people are saying like, oh, like that's the reason why GameStops isn't, you know, doing its thing anymore because of the digital games. But I'm like, bruh, digital games has always been a thing. But it's just, you need GameStops. Someone be trillions to make. Just make a gaming PC. Oh, yeah, for sure. That, too. That's what they should. That's what GameStop is. They do that. Sell things that's more gaming related. They'd be up in there selling lightsabers and Iron Man helmets and stuff. I'm like, no. Like, we don't want that. Same with Sony. Yeah. They start selling stuff like that. Well, I know they do sell, like, computers and crap. Microsoft. I don't know if they're gaming, but I know they do sell that. Sony's all like, look, we just gonna stick with PlayStation's exclusive games and headphones. PlayStation rules. I mean, I don't know. It's like, to me, it's like neck and neck. Xbox got its, you know, pros. PlayStation has their pros, but they definitely both have their cons. It's like PlayStation be sounding like a 747 airplane flying when they start playing the game. Xbox is shooters and racers. PS is RPG and exclusives. Yeah, but it ain't even so much like it, but it's like just more to it. Like, Xbox is good because they got the Game Pass, but the con with that, the Game Pass ain't got a whole lot of good games. Like, PlayStation has, like, I don't think they really have, like, that person trying to die. They don't have it. I know they've talked on it, but they do give away, so that's like a con with them. But when they do those free games of the month, they do be giving out some good games. The PlayStation exclusives, what else? Like, they be giving out some good games at times, but Game Pass sucks. It does suck. Like, let me just show you guys some of the games that they be giving out. This game, they're not even working on this game anymore, EA, because they also have it where, like, EA games is, like, also a part of the Game Pass, but they don't even work on this game no more. This game ain't even playable. Like, people probably done played these games already. RIP Anthem. Yeah. What is this? Next Space Rebels? Don't know what that is, but it don't sound interesting. Among Us is not good on console. Battlefield, that's probably one of the only good things that they do have about it, is that they have Battlefield on console. Back for Blood is alright, but Strong Need for Speed Heat, it don't work. The game's like broken. It's like it freezes up on you. What are some other games? These are the games that's coming out. I might play this because I like them, like, movie video games, but MLB The Show and Stalker, them like the only games I think that's like people gonna be talking about. I don't know how many times they came out with this game, the Ark Survival, and they like just doing another version of that. See if these are Chenier Gold. Yeah, those are good games. Like, yeah, there's like maybe a few that's good, but what are some games? I played this game, Art of Rally. That game is like, that's a mobile game. You could play that game on your phone. What else? What's this game? Atomic Crops? Like, what is that? Like, what is this? Banjo-Kazooie? Like, I've never heard of this game. But there's that. Bleeding Edge. Don't know what that game is. Then it's like with the EA games, and it's like they be having like all the older games. They have like the new games that's not doing so well. They know it's going to take a while for them to come out, so they're all like, oh yeah, let's do, you know, have Dirt 5 on there and stuff. But like FIFA, they got last year's FIFA. Play Banjo-Kazooie. I've never heard of that game. At least have like a game on there that's like people know of. That's all I ask for. Banjo's old. Yeah. It's a classic. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I've never heard of it. I ain't seen no commercials. I ain't seen nothing of that game, so played it, yeah. Well, they had like that rare replay, so it might have been good. Oh, this is when they wanted me to like to go into the thing and steal that. Nah, I ain't fooling with that. I really don't want to do this mission because last time I tried, it did not go as planned. It's 98. Either way, I'm like, bro, why is we playing a game that came out like 20-something years ago? They ain't came out with no new one, or like there ain't no newer games to play? Like, game is old. Like, this freaking, like, our older siblings played that game. We already played it. Why are we, like, all the new games that comes out? Then some of the new games that come out, they're not even good. I'm like, bruh, they be messing up. Same way people play Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot, I'm like, okay, like, I heard of that, but... And forget this crap. Oh, I know this ain't gonna go good. And I got tanks shooting at me. Come on, come on, come on, fly! Break into the military base. I sure did. Because I'm that tactical. I do stuff like that. I do stuff like that on the regular. You guys didn't know that about me? I break into a military base every Wednesday for exercise. In fact, that's what I got to do after I'm done streaming. Bruh, it's like, how they expect me to lose the thing if it's like still chasing me? Go higher. I'm good now.
This is a big bird. Michael really better get those lessons.
See, now if I was playing with a wireless controller, it would have been at this moment when my controller would have went dead. All of a sudden, then this thing would have went down. Well, who knows? The game might have paused. I think sometimes, like, games, they pause, like, if the controller dies. And my friends, that is how you do it. It's like, you may get shot in the process, but that is exactly how you do that. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, San Andreas music. I know, right? I wish they would do that with, like, every... They should, if they come out with a GTA 6, they should have it where, like, you have that option to either that or Grand Theft Auto 4. Those two games definitely... Or actually, no, that, San Andreas and Liberty City stories. They had, like, the best, like, outro, like, things where you completed a mission in the stream. No problem, V. I appreciate you for being here. Appreciate the, lurk. Appreciate everybody else for stopping by. I don't think nobody is streaming right now. Go rob the mill. Are you saying you or me? Because if you do that, I'm like, bro, I don't know nothing about that. That is all on you, bruh. So, like, do not tell me of your missions and goals. I think I'm gonna raid my friend, Foxy. I feel like I have not. If I did raid her, it was a long time ago. You do that after the stream. Yeah, I do. I didn't know what you were telling me your goals and stuff. I was like, nah, bruh. That's all on you. But anyways, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thank you for those that did. Probably later on tonight, I might end up playing God of War. I don't know. I'm on the overall seeing stuff, but if not, then I'll just be playing something else. But appreciate y'all for stopping by. Make sure you guys go show my friend Foxy some love and support. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.